Had me a good old talk with that security guard yesterday and his little friend. And so they know when they see me, they better speak. Honey, I'm over that. And plus, I'm in my auntie age. I don't know about the millennials out there, but when you hit that 34, that 33, 34 mark, you like, listen, talk to me nice. I don't care that my face looks like a 3-year-old. I am grown. So please, we need to act accordingly. And grown folks speak, right? It don't matter what language. This is universal. I seen a security guard across the pond. I said hello. He waved back because he speak. Don't be staring in my face unless you want to fight. Anyway, yesterday I was out here blacking on y'all for being fake and elitists and classists and kikiing in y'all face for having all these natural disasters hit y'all back to back to back. But today I'm in a better mood. I'm feeling cute. Even though I'm about to wash my hair today. But I was like, let me do my little twist out before I wash her. I'm just here to kind of be in the space of, send y'all some good old vibes while I'm here. And touch on a point that I had talked about a little bit yesterday about the art of detachment and knowing that if you are going through a season of lack that you will get it back. But in your season, in your off season, in your season of lack, in the season where you have to do without a little bit, take the time to reflect on what the true meaning of living really is. And also reflect on the meaning behind loss in general. What does it mean to lose? What does it mean to lose? The meaning of loss to me means the separation from things that in one point in time brought me joy, brought me a sense of comfort, brought me a sense of security. So when I've experienced loss, whether it be homes, whether it be finances, whether it be job, I went through a period in time where I felt unsecure, insecure, where I felt like I was in harm's way, where I felt lack. And one of the challenges during that time of loss, during that time of scarcity, the biggest challenge was to feel safe in my skin without the things. I would even have this bad habit because, being in Atlanta, that's where I was for the past year before I moved back to Ecuador. I didn't have a car. And that is a car heavy city. Like it is hard to get anything done, to go anywhere, to do anything without a vehicle. Let me see if I can get a little closer. So when I was in that city, I had to, and when I was there before, I'll say this, prior to returning to Atlanta, I did have a car like in 2014, and I felt safe in my car. It's safe to ride around in a vehicle, especially when you're in a motor dependent city. It's safe to just get in your car, go from point A to point B, not be bothered with a whole bunch of cat calling and I need a dollar is what you avoid a lot of that stuff in a car. So going back, in 2023 without no car, it's like, dang, now I'm exposed, or I felt exposed to the elements. I was feeling very unsafe without a car. That's just one example. I was feeling very unsafe without a lot of things. I was feeling very unsafe without home. I was feeling very unsafe without a steady job. So I learned a lot of lessons. And in my third quarter check-in, I touched on how Atlanta was a worthy sparring partner, and I've grown a lot of balls in Atlanta because I learned how to be safe within my vessel. And I remember reading this book along, like, 2018, 2019. I read this book called Sanctuary. and it's by Earthlyn Zenju Manuel, and they are a black queer Buddhist monk, and they discuss what it's like to not feel safe in your own skin and bouncing from community to community or attaching yourself to things in order to feel that security, only to learn that that is a false sense of security. And real safety and security comes with feeling safe within your body, because you're with your body, with your actual 3D physical vessel 24/7, 365 until it is time to depart. And so, although I read it then, I read it then when I had a job, I read it when I had, finances, I read it when I had a place to stay, I read it before the panorama, you know what I'm saying? So, I thought, like a lot of people think when they start on their spiritual journey, I'm like, yes, I got it. But I didn't get the chance to apply the knowledge until that past year in Atlanta. And I figured, I was like, yeah, bruh, you do not feel safe in your body. You don't. And that's because of a lot of things, especially being a, to the eyes, a black woman in Western society. Black female bodies are being snatched off the streets and sold into sex trafficking and prostitution in droves every second. And we're highly objectified and all the things, blah, blah, blah. You can go down the list. So there's obvious reasons as to why I didn't feel safe in my body. And so I was tasked with facing the fear. I was like, all right, well, let's get a Breeze card. Let's go get a MARTA card. Let's go and get on the things, get on the bus, get on, what I'm saying, the trains, and face our fears and not be afraid to explore the city on foot, not be afraid to explore the city on public transportation, not be afraid that something bad is going to happen to us just because of all the illusions that have been casted upon my vessel. And it was challenging, girl. It was challenging. I wouldn't wish it on nobody, but I did pay my dues. And I learned the value of safety and security. Excuse me. I learned the true meaning of safety and security in my own vessel. It also meant that I had to be more vocal. One thing that I feel like subjects the female vessel to a lot of danger is the fact that we have been gaslit into feeling that we need to be nice. One of the things that I had to unlearn was this narrative that has been projected upon Black women that we got to be nice to folks, and smile and kiki and all the things, because we can be seen as what, difficult, mean, whatever, fill in the blank. And honestly, I just found that that's used to disarm women in general. Because my thing is, why do I need to be nice when you're the threat? Why do I need to be nice to a grown ass man where y'all are the people walking around snatching bodies off the street, objectifying women, beating their asses, disrespecting them, calling them out of their names, all these derogatory terms? Why do I need to be nice to you? You need to prove that you're not a threat first, and then maybe you might get a high, maybe. But if you're known for being a tyrant, if you're known for harassing women, why the fuck would I be nice to you? Especially in the year of our Lord and Savior, 2023. That's a little joke, because I ain't a Christian. But that's a little joke. Why would I be nice? So I cut that shit out. I was like, if you think I'm mean, great. You got a few options. Stay the fuck away from me or get dealt with. And that enabled me to feel safe in my own skin, because there's no reason why I need to be nice to no grown ass man on a train, a bus, on a street corner. I'm trying to get from point A to point B. I'm not trying to make friends. Okay, this ain't Sesame Street. All right, this real life. I know what's going on globally. I'm not going to be gaslit out of my safety. I'm not going to be made to feel like I need to go easy or make somebody else feel comfortable. If I feel uncomfortable, then we all gonna feel uncomfortable today. And what I found is a lot of people kept their distance. I mean, a lot of people still tried it again because they, we aren't taught consent, or we aren't taught to respect consent or respect boundaries. And so, again, part of feeling safe in my vessel was reinforcing the boundaries. If I'm not speaking to you, that's for a reason. That's because I don't want to talk to you. So now what's up? If you're following me, if you're heckling me, then now I have to threaten to kill you because I'm going to make it home. I know that sounds super radical, but the way these men be out here acting is super radical and volatile, okay, in itself. So I got every right to defend myself and my vessel so that I can make it home safely. I don't want to have to deal with no more trauma. I don't want to have to sit in nobody's therapist chair or talk about how somebody touched me or did this or grabbed me or all this. I don't want to have to do that. I'm gonna send you to the therapist. I'm gonna send you to the ER. That was part of the one of the things that I practiced when it came to advocating for safety in my own vessel. And I had a few clients that I did readings for and Reiki sessions for over the past year that have suffered a lot of trauma, and they would blame themselves because they felt like they were naive, or that they were too green, or that they were too nice. And I'm like, don't blame yourself, right? Don't blame yourself for social constructs that are projected upon you. Don't blame yourself for giving people the benefit of the doubt. But also, don't ever feel bad for defending yourself. Don't ever feel bad for defending yourself either. And just know that you're not a bad person if you don't want to speak to somebody one day. You don't even have to explain yourself. I know that sometimes we get caught up in the back and forth, especially within our own community and the Black community, where we're like, Black men always saying that we should. You don't owe them any explanation. That's what I learned over the past year as well, year and some change. Because I used to be so like loud and out loud. I don't have to smile. I don't have to do this. I also don't owe you an explanation. I can leave you in your illusion. I can leave you in your fury, your anger because you're mad that I didn't speak. I can leave you there and I can continue on with my day. That's my boundary. What I learned is once you engage with them, you're still giving them your energy. You're still giving them your time. You're still giving them your attention. Clip all that shit. I'm not speaking. I'm going this way. You yell that way. End of story. I got firm on my boundaries over this past year, like a fence or a moat in Bailey around a castle. That's how I treated my vessel. That's how I treated my body, because that's how I want people to approach. Approach with caution. You don't know me, so don't run up on my body just because I have a face of a 5-year-old. Don't roll up on my person just because I look cute, or you feel like I owe you a greeting, or you will be met with an electric fence. And I don't owe you any explanation. And I feel like that's a valuable lesson for a lot of women, especially pretty girls out there, all the pretty girls. Stop being nice. Also, get you a little switchblade. I got her real quick. A little cute purple Smith & Wesson switchblade. Excuse my language. Switchblade. Also had a dear Reiki friend of mine. Her husband bought me a little taser and pepper spray set. Purple too, very cute. And carry that around with you. And also get your little pium pium. That's another thing I suggested to the pretty girls. Get your little pium pium. You do not have to buy into these expectations that you have to show up in this light in order to be non-threatening. Babes, if you're threatened, stay away from me. That's what I don't understand. If I'm so threatening, then why are you in my face telling me to smile? I'm threatening. I mean, stay away from me. Like, I don't get it. Like, you not going up to a bear telling them why do you look so grizzly? You wouldn't do that. This boundary is here for a reason. And this is why I want the male species to understand. The sidewalk is not the club. The bus is not the bar. The train is not the lounge. You trying to holler at everything that you see in broad daylight is crazy. I'm trying to go to work. I'm trying to go to the grocery store. I'm not trying to holler at nobody right now. I'm not interested. I don't know no girl who's walking up and down the sidewalk who's just playing hard to get on a Tuesday afternoon at Aldi's. We're not playing hard to get, we're playing safe so that we can make it home in one piece. That's it. I'm pretty sure you would want the same thing for your mom, daughter, niece, sister, granny, friend, female friend. I'm pretty sure you want the same thing for them. So stop with that bullshit. Nobody wants to talk to you, especially if you're loitering. Why would I want to speak to you, sir? Stranger danger. Huh? But that's just one of the many lessons that I learned about safety and security in my own vessel, because I needed to do whatever I could do in my power, within my power, to make sure that I was safe out here on these streets. Because I still had to go get that Skrilla. I still had to go get that money, with or without a car, honey. Mostly without. And even with a zip car subscription, 12, excuse me, like $20 an hour is still too expensive for my likings. $20 an hour versus $2.50 a ride, babes. I'm gonna take that $2.50 a ride, and I just gotta be gangster with it, cause I gotta go make this money. I'm not about to, and also I'm not about to be dressed out here like a hobo either, cause niggas don't even care how you dress. They gonna talk to you either way, even if you had a burlap sack on, niggas to be in your face. So, don't buy into all that bullshit about, oh, you need to smile, y'all be mean. Okay, then stay away from me. That be my thing. Don't talk to me then. But yeah, if I think of any other tips, that's the main thing. Is just stay prayed up and strapped in every sense of the word, and don't let nobody play you. Don't feel bad, and also don't be scared. You know, because they smell fear, and half of these niggas be more afraid of you. Honestly, they be more afraid of you. Don't fall for the okie doke with the rah rah. Because as soon as half of the time, as soon as I pull out my knife, they hollering, screaming, calling for help. So, girl, please. I went from a bitch to a crazy lady within seconds of that switchblade. So get you one, because these men is crazy. They will literally try any tactic to get you just to talk to them, which is so desperado. It is like the most pathetic thing that I've seen in my whole entire life, that you would really try to provoke me or gaslight me in order for me to speak to you, sir. Like, you don't even realize that your life is on the line. I don't think this is cute. I never did. Y'all niggas better stop playing. Because I do notice there's more and more women out here that are standing up for themselves and protecting themselves, and I love to see it. I love to see it. Don't let up on these niggas, because they are weird. They're so weird. Anyway, girl, if I think of any other tips on how I was able to feel secure in my own body, honey, I'll let you know. But it was nice talking to y'all. All right, bye, y'all.